for being here. I'm so delighted you're here. So we're continuing our psoas series. The psoas being the big muscle that's our loin muscle that connects our top half of our body to the bottom half of our body. And the poses that we'll be working on today will be helping to loosen a tight psoas and strengthen a weak psoas. So our pranayama is going to be our deep breathing exercise, but let's today do it with a little mantra in our head. The mantra being so hum, so hum. The ancient yogis said that your breath, when you really concentrate on it, sounds like so hum. So as the inhale and hum as the exhale. It's S-O and then H-A-M. And so hum means I am, and backwards it means soul. Hum so means soul. So as you inhale and exhale, close your eyes and close off your ears, and you can hear the sound of the so hum. And they say, the ancient yogis say, if you really, really focus on your breath, maybe you can hear other things that aren't really there, like a babbling brook or chimes or something, but you really need to focus. So sit up tall, close your eyes, and then close off your ears. And we'll do this for about 4 or 5 breaths, and then you can come back to reality. But really concentrate on your breath. Deep, slow, long, full. Thinking the mantra, so hum. Finish whatever round of deep yoga breath you're on, and please bring your breathing back to normal. And I shall open with Om if you care to join me. Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki. The divine is the inner teacher. Okay, thanks for being here. We're going to start in Dandasana. Have a belt handy, or strap handy, and blocks handy, please. And I might have mentioned to you that if, the diaphragm is connected to the psoas as well. So when you do the deep breathing like we just did, you're actually massaging or working your psoas muscle. Okay, starting in Dandasana with the feet flexed, pointing up, knees pointing up, pelvis tilted forward. So make sure that you feel that arch in your lower back, your neutral lumbar spine. Bring the shoulders down from your ears, chest forward. This is a very active position. You should feel your psoas muscles contracting right now. As you flex your feet, your calves will be working. And as you think about lifting your thighs, your quadriceps are contracted. And then your hip flexors, which psoas is part of your hip flexors, and your core, the psoas is part of the core. It's all working right now for you in something that looks sort of easy, but it's really not. So right here, take a couple of deep breaths. Think about pulling the crown of your head up as you continue to tilt that pelvis forward. If you're sitting up on a bolster, make sure that your knees don't lock up here. Make sure there's a little bit of bend in the knee. And as you inhale, crown of head goes up, chest forward. Okay, hands come to the center of your chest into namaste. Inhale as you push your fingertips up, 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 up. Exhale, let your right hand float down, left arm beside your ear. Open up the left rib cage. Make sure that you keep your left sit bone down as you're leaning over, and just breathe. Enjoy the stretch. Make sure your feet stay flexed. Make sure your legs stay active. And then push into your right hand and come all the way back up to namaste, hands over your head. Inhale, push your fingertips up. Exhale, bring your hand down on the left side, right arm beside the ear. Feel your right ribs open. Maybe bring your right shoulder back slightly so you can look up. Push into your left hand, come all the way back up, palms overhead in namaste, hands. Inhale. Exhale, bring your arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Left hand on the right thigh, right hand behind. Now make sure the right hand is on the mat behind you. Use the right hand to prop your spine vertically as you twist. Make sure you keep your legs engaged. This is a lot of work to keep your leg muscles engaged this whole time. But you'll be thankful because your legs will be all that much stronger for it. A couple more breaths here. One more breath. And as you exhale, come back to center. Palms to the center of your chest. Inhale up. Exhale, arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. Right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Left hand behind. Legs stay active. Pelvis stays tilted forward as you twist. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Take your fingertips behind you, facing hands behind you with fingertips pointing toward your feet. And then we're going to push our chest up toward the ceiling as we take a deep breath in, bring our shoulders open, head up, but keep control of your head. A couple of deep breaths here, pushing your chest up to the ceiling. Feel your shoulder blades come together down your back. One more breath. As you exhale, come back to center. Bend the knees now and bring them in toward your chest. Hug your knees and then flex your spine so that your back is going in a C shape toward the back of your mat, tucking your tailbone. Bring your forehead down toward your knees and just feel your shoulder blades separate on your back here and your vertebra open. This is like a seated cat position. One more breath. Exhale, come back upright, straighten the legs once again, and reset the spine in Dandasana. So we've been working in Dandasana now for at least this week. And if you've been working with me, you should be feeling now the hip flexors. Really, I do, at least from doing this so much, my hip flexors are getting a little bit tender, I should say, from all the work. Take your belt and bring it in front of you taut with the hands about shoulder width apart. Okay, now keep your pelvis tilted forward as you do this. This is going to be a little bit harder with the belt in our hands. We're going to bring the belt overhead as we inhale. Exhale, we're going to tilt to the right, just like we did, except this time we're using a little bit more of our core strength to do this. Inhale back to center. Take a deep breath. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale. As you exhale, bend to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring your arms down. And take your belt and have it handy with a loop in it. I don't think you'll need it for this, but have it handy anyways. David, you'll probably need it, but Luisa, Gabriel, you may not. Okay, so from Dandasana, we're going to bend our right knee and bring it into our chest. And if you're using the belt, you want to have the belt loop handy to put onto your right foot as we do this. Sit up nice and tall, take your left arm, grab your right knee into the chest. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, twist to the right in this Marichyasana variation. Keep your left leg active, left foot flexed. Couple more breaths here. Keep twisting deeper every time you exhale. Okay, now keeping your knee bent, you're going to take your left hand and grab the outside of your right foot, or you're going to grab your belt. And keeping your twist, you're going to straighten your leg, keeping hold of your foot or your belt. And then you're leaning back on your right hand this time. Keep twisting, keep twisting, keep twisting. So your spine is not vertical now, it is leaning back slightly here. And make sure your left foot stays active. And then once you have your twist and your balance established, pick up your right hand off the mat, as long as you don't collapse your spine. And then keep twisting, keep twisting, keep twisting. So the belt is just an extension of the hands. If you can't straighten your leg by holding your foot, that's okay. That's why we use the strap here. One more breath. And then rebend the knee, bring the foot down. Keep the knee bent. Take your left ankle, cross it over the right ankle. And now we're going to do the same thing. You're going to take your left hand and grab either the belt, which is on your right foot, or you're going to grab the outside edge of your right foot. Take your right arm behind you as you lean back onto your right hand, and then straighten your leg just like you did a minute ago, except this time your right leg is holding up your left leg. And then keep twisting and breathe. And once you get your balance here, if you want to lift your back hand off the mat, go ahead and do that, and that'll help use your core muscles just a little bit more. One more breath. And then rebend the legs, come back down, and then keep the right knee bent, straighten the left leg, and then open the right knee out to the side with your right sole of your foot inside your left thigh. So now if you're using the strap, you're going to put the strap onto your left foot and then reestablish your pelvis so that you have an arch in your lower back. If your knee bothers you hanging out here, put something underneath of it like your block. Keep your foot flexed. Turn your chest so that it's over your right left leg, sorry, and then come from your hip crease forward very slowly, bringing your chest down toward your leg, and don't have to come very far to feel this. Don't round your back here. If you were, as you come down, your belly is the first thing that hits your thigh. So as you go down lower and lower, your more of your belly is going to be resting on your thigh. So think about, and you can grab your foot here or grab your strap for a little bit of leverage. Think about not locking your knee. So there's a tiny, tiny micro bend in the knee. Thinking also about your forehead going forward and your tailbone going back. So you keep the spine long as you settle into this Janushirasana. Now don't overdo it because our muscles are still warming up. They're not warm yet. So you want to have an effort here, but no strain. And relax your neck, relax the shoulders. Keep your head in line with the spine. And then one more breath. And come all the way back up. Extend the right leg long. Reestablish the tilt in your spine. Reset. Knees, feet flex, knees up. And then bend, keep the belt on your left foot if you're using the belt. Bend your left knee into your chest. Take the right arm, hug the right knee in. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, twist all the way around to the left, planting your hand behind you for your kickstand. And breathe several deep breaths here as you continue to twist, relaxing your spine as you twist. Flex the right foot so that your muscles are still engaged. We don't want to waste any time with our muscles here. Just keep them active the whole time. One more breath here. And as you exhale, then reach down and either grab the belt or your hand will come to the outside of your left foot. Lean back on the left hand as you straighten your leg. Continue to twist, either holding the belt or your foot. Your leg is straight, but not locked. Continue to twist. And then if you have your balance here, you can pick up your back hand off the mat a couple of inches so that you're using more of your core strength for the twist. Don't forget about your right foot staying flexed and active. And breathe. One more breath. And rebend the knee, bring the foot down. Keep the knee bent. Take your right ankle, cross it on top of the left. So we're going to do the exact same thing, except our left leg is going to hold up our right leg. So grab your belt with your right hand or your foot with your right hand. Put your left hand behind you as you lean back and straighten both legs as you continue to twist. If you have your balance here, you can pick up your back hand, which helps you just engage your core muscles just a little bit more for balance. One more breath here. And bend the knees, bring your feet down, come back to center, extend, keep your left knee bent as you extend your right leg and transfer the belt to your right foot if you're using it. And then open your left knee out to the side. Again, if your knee is bothering you, hanging in air like this, just put something underneath of it like a block. Sit up nice and tall, turn your chest so that it's facing your right thigh, and then come forward from the hip crease, allowing your belly to touch down first as you come forward. And then you can grab your belt or your foot as leverage to help you come down a little bit farther. So this is a twist as well as a forward fold. And As you can tell, you're doing two different things with your body here. You're opening up the psoas in the left, and you're contracting the psoas in the right. So what's so good about yoga poses, many of them, you're contracting one side while you're extending the other side. One more breath, and then slowly come up. Extend both legs. Remove the belt and reset your spine in Dandasana. So now if you're using your belt, put the belt on both feet. Keep the feet flexed, knees up. And we're going to, again, come from our hip creases here. So first we're going to reach way up high. Inhale, exhale. Keep your fingertips stretching up as you bend from the hip crease. Make believe somebody's pulling on your hands to elongate your spine. This is what my yoga teachers used to do to me, actually, pre-COVID, way pre-COVID, so that you're extending your spine long and you can reach farther by extending your spine. Your belly is touching down first to your thighs. You can grab your belt or grab your feet. And then breathe here. Make sure that you're not overstretching, stretching just enough to feel this. Big hamstring stretch. This is a very hard pose, very hard pose. Again, it's something that doesn't look hard, but it is to keep your spine nice and long while you're doing this. This is called Paschimottanasana, translated into Western facing pose. The Western side of your body is the back side of your body. Make sure you're not dropping your chin, that you're keeping your head in line with your spine. Good. Every time you exhale, get a little deeper. And then very slowly rise up. You can remove the belt if you're using one. And if you're on a bolster, hop off the bolster. Get your blocks, one by either hip. And then reestablish your staff pose here without the bolster. So it's a little harder to get that pelvic tilt without the bolster, but you can do it. And then put your hands on the blocks. Now this is all going to be core work. We're going to put weight into our hands and lift our torso up. But as you do that, make sure you engage your belly muscles here. So you're using your core to come up and not just your upper body strength. And then come on down. And then we'll lift again. The more you use your belly here, the less you're going to have to use your put weight on your wrists and your arms, and then come on back down. And then again, once more up. And then down. And once more up. And then down. Okay, and then if you want to have some fun and play with this, this is a challenge, but that's okay. We like challenges. We're going to try to push ourselves up and then lean forward so you can shift your weight, maybe get your feet off the mat for even a second or two, and then come on back down. Just something to think about. Really uses a lot of core strength to do that. And I know it's not easy, so just you can work on it. If you didn't get it today, we can get it another time. All right, so now put the blocks aside for a moment. Bend your knees and bring them into your chest. Hug the knees into your chest one more time, flexing your spine backward, crown of your head to your knees, tuck your tailbone. And then bring your hands underneath your thighs with your knees bent. Pull your chest forward and up, shoulders down from your ears. So use your hands as leverage to get your spine long and get that neutral spine in your lower back. Make sure that your lower back doesn't do this, okay? You want to just keep it nice and long and not let it collapse. And from here, you're going to rock back onto your sacrum, lift your legs, have your calves parallel to the mat, and you can let go if you like, as long as you're keeping your spine nice and long, your head's on top of your shoulders. Breathe, breathe. This is all psoas that you're feeling right now. Breathe. All your hip flexors and your abdominal muscles, which is the psoas. And then come on down, hug knees to the chest. So the psoas is very, very deep muscle, and it's layered by the rest of your abdominal muscles, which you would think of as your six pack, for example, and the rest of your hip flexors and your IT band that you were talking about, Louisa. Okay, one more deep breath in this pause here. And then now we're going to come back upright for a moment. And we're going to curl our spine into a C shape now as we roll down slowly, and then lift the feet off the mat. And you're going to come into a low boat. So your feet are going to be at least eye level or higher. Make sure that your low back touches the mat. If it doesn't, you need to lift your legs higher so that you keep the back down on the mat. Only go as low as you can keep your back on the mat. Breathe. One more breath, and then come all the way down. Mini Shavasana. Release everything for just a moment here. And then to come up, we're going to bend the right knee in toward the chest. Lace your fingers around your right shin. And then we're going to use the leverage of kicking our leg into our hands in order to come up. So take a deep breath. And as you exhale, you're going to kick your shin into your hands, kick your shin into your hands so that you can come up. And then return to your staff pose. And then we'll come down once again into our low boat. So bending your knees as you roll down, lifting your feet as your back hits the mat, your shoulders stay up, your head stays up, your back stays flat down, and your feet only come low enough until your back starts lifting off the mat. And then breathe, breathe. One more breath. And then exhale, release everything. Just relax for a breath. To come up this time, we'll bend our left knee, hug the left shin, and get some momentum to kick into your shin, to hit your hands, and then come on back up. And one more time, back to staff pose. And then bend the knees. We're going to roll down once more, all the way down into our low boat. Really push the back into the mat. I know this is a lot of work, but you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. One more breath. And then come all the way down into your mini Shavasana. Release everything. And bend both knees, hug them into your chest now. Roll onto your spine. It should feel really good. Go in both directions. Squeeze the knees in. Okay, and then we're going to go back and forth, cross one ankle over the other, and rock back and forth from your head to your feet, like a rocking horse. And then get the momentum, and then maybe you can come all the way over and come onto your hands and knees into the table position. And if that doesn't work for you, just roll over to one side and push into table. Pad your knees here if necessary, if it makes your knees happy. Starting with a flat back, take a deep breath. Exhale into your cat back, pushing your spine up to the ceiling, tuck in the tailbone, tuck in the chin, Push the mat away so you feel your shoulders separate. And then very slowly making your breath last. Drop the belly down, come into your extension, the cow pose. And then very slowly making your breath last. Exhale, slow, slow, slow. One more time into your cat back. And then inhale, slow, 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 slow. Make your breath last as you come into your cow, extending your spine long. And then come into neutral back. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, bring your right knee in towards your chest, and your left elbow now will touch the right knee. And then you'll extend both arm and leg long, and then crunch again, elbow to knee, and then extend, elbow to knee, then extend, elbow to knee, then extend. Pause here. Bend your right knee, grab your foot or ankle with your left hand, kick the foot into your hand as you're opening your chest. Feel your left shoulder open. One more breath, and then release the foot, bring the hand down, bring the knee down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left knee comes into the chest, right elbow comes to the knee. And then we're going to extend as you inhale. Exhale, crunch, extend, inhale, exhale, crunch, extend, inhale, exhale, crunch, and one more extend, inhale, pause here. Bend the left knee, grab it with your right hand, your foot with your right hand, and kick the hand into the foot, opening your chest and your shoulder. One more breath here. Release, bring your hand down, bring your knee down. Walk your hands forward slightly. Tuck your toes and push up to downward facing dog. So in dog, I'll remind you to push equal weight in all 10 fingers. Make sure there's a slight bend in your knuckles so you're really pushing down in your finger pads here. And the base of your palm and your forearms are going toward each other, rolling your shoulders out, your head's melting between your arms, your chest is melting toward your thighs, your booty's way up in the air, your knees are slightly bent to help that happen. Then bend the knees, walking up to your hands with bent knees. And hang here in Uttanasana for a couple of breaths, just allowing your body to dangle. You can bend your knees and let your belly rest on your thighs. And then very slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And then come into Tadasana, your active rest pose, lining up your spine, thinking about a string pulling your head upward, shoulders down, belly in, thighs rolling in slightly, tailbone pushing downward. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring your palms together. Inhale, push up with your fingertips. Exhale, crescent to the right. And as you crescent to the right, bring your left shoulder back slightly so you're tilting you're looking up and tilting your left shoulder back. And then come back to center. Inhale as you push your fingertips up. Exhale as you crescent to the left and bring your right shoulder back slightly. So it's a little bit of a back bend while you look up. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, come into your chair pose. Chair pose, we're going to hold this for a couple of breaths. This is total psoas work right here. Think about pushing your tailbone down, nice and long. Make sure you can see the tippy tops of your toenails when you look down. Equal weight in all four corners of each foot. Neck is relaxed here. And then slowly rise up, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. Sorry, I'm gonna adjust my earpiece. That will make it crackle for you for just a second. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, come into your chair. Inhale here. Exhale, hands on your thighs, straighten your legs, flatten your spine, extend your spine long. Inhale here. Exhale, bend your knees, come all the way down to the mat with your fingers. Have your knees bent a lot. Take your left hand onto your right ankle or shin. And then you're going to open your right arm as you straighten your right leg. Keep your left knee bent. And then that hand comes back down. And then slowly rise up, back through chair. Come all the way up, inhale. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Exhale, chair, Utkatasana. Inhale, exhale, hands on the thighs, straighten the legs, flatten the back, extend the spine. Inhale, exhale, bend your knees a lot. Fingers come down to the mat. Right hand comes onto left ankle or calf. And then open your arm to the left as you straighten your left leg. Keep your right knee bent. One more breath here. Exhale, bring both hands down. And then very slowly come on up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T, Anjali Mudra. And then pause in Tadasana for a breath or two, checking your alignment, making sure your chin's not jutting forward. Have your chin parallel to the ground, shoulders down from the ear, chest forward, thighs rolled in slightly, belly in, tailbone down. And then we'll move on to our one-legged balance, which will be a big psoas work here. We're going to pick whatever leg you want to stand on. And then the opposite leg, we're going to lift in front. So this action of moving our leg like this is just working the psoas muscle. But we're going to lift and lower a couple of times, just like this. Find your dristi. And then finally, you're going to lift it and then just hold it. And then just breathe. Tuck your belly in to help you hold this pose. And then release. Shake everything out. And we'll move on to the opposite foot. Find your focal point. Spread the toes if you can. Really ground to the standing foot. And then lift and lower a few times. Establishing the psoas action. And then finally lift and just hold. Engage your belly muscles. One more breath, or two, or three. And then release and shake it all out. Okay. And please come on back to your mat, back to Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, come into your chair, Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, and then forward fold as you exhale all the way back down. Inhale here. Exhale, step your right foot back to your high lunge. And in your high lunge, line up your knee over the ankle. Make sure that it's not forward of the ankle. Your hips are level. So you're thinking about lifting your right thigh upward in this lunge. I'm going to hold this lunge for a couple of breaths here. So really tighten up the right quadriceps here. Make sure the left knee is directly above the ankle. Level your hips. Breathe. Now, if it's difficult to hold your spine in a long line, you can always put blocks underneath your hands and that'll just lift your spine up a little bit longer. It's more important to have a nice long spine than it is to reach the mat. Inhale. Exhale, step back with your left foot, to plank, full plank. So full plank, check your posture here. There's one straight line from the crown of your head to your heels. Don't allow your belly to sink and don't allow your booty to pop up. Breathe. One more breath here. And then exhale, bring your knees down. And then shift your weight forward to upward facing dog. So upward facing dog, your chest is between your upper arms. Your knees can be down here, or if you want to lift your knees off the mat, you can do that now. Breathe. Make sure your neck is long like a turtle coming out of the shell. One more breath here, and the knees come down, tuck toes, and lift up to downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide. Bring the forearms toward each other. Inhale, right leg kicks up in the air behind you. And this is the hardest part of the whole thing. Exhale, bring it up between your hands or pick it up and get it there. And now this is our high lunge. Once again, on the opposite leg, line up the knee over the ankle, level the hips, put a weight into your back heel, lift your left calf, breathe. Think about a nice long spine here. One more breath. As you exhale, bring your left foot up next to your right foot. And then slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Okay, so this time we're gonna do it again on the opposite side. And let's get our blocks just so that you can feel the magic of these blocks, how they work. Because it is magic. How just a little bit of height makes a big difference in alignment. So now the blocks should be right beside your feet, not in front of your feet, beside your feet. And you can have them on whichever level you want. The lowest level is fine. Return to Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees into chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway up, extend your spine. Exhale down. Place your hands on the blocks. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot back to high lunge. So one block is directly on either side of your front foot. And you can feel how that just a little bit of height, it just lifts your spine a little bit. Make sure the right knee is lined up over the ankle. Put weight in your left heel. Lift your left quadricep. Think about a long line from the crown of your head to your heel. Very good. And we're going to keep our blocks as we inhale, exhale to plank. And you'll notice that plank is actually a little bit less taxing when you have your hands on the blocks. Make your belly in. Make sure your booty's not up in the air. Inhale. Exhale, knees come down. And then bring your chest forward into upward facing dog. And once again, this helps you elongate your spine a little bit more, elevating your hands. If you want to lift your knees here, lift your knees. And if your knees are lifted, bring them back down. Take a deep breath as you tuck your toes under, exhale, and push up into downward dog, keeping your hands on the blocks. And the magic blocks now help you get more weight into the back end of your body. As you do the same thing you would if your hands are on the mat, squeeze your forearms toward each other, roll your shoulders out, nice long spine. And then inhale, left leg up behind you. And then exhale, bring it up between the blocks. Or pick it up and move it there. Pause here in this lunge on the opposite foot. Line up the knee over the ankle. One line from the crown of your head to your heel. Nice long neck, nice long spine. Lift your right quadriceps. Put weight into your right heel. Inhale. Exhale, shift your weight so that you can bring your right foot up. And then slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. Inhale up. Exhale, bend your knees into chair. Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. So now while you're here, move the blocks to in front of your feet about 6 inches. And then shift your weight forward. And you're going to lift your right leg up in the air behind you as you bring your nose toward your left knee. So this is different than a warrior 3. This is a standing split. And you can put your hands on the mat if you like, and you can widen your hands if you like too. But just bring your crown of your head's pointing down, your nose is toward your knee, and your back leg is up as high as you can lift it. And then bring the leg back down next to your left foot. Then the knees slowly rise all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, come back in your chair. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands all the way back down to your blocks or the mat. And this time we're going to lift our left leg behind us into a standing split. So bring your nose to your knee, crown of your head down, open the legs wide as you can. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, bring your foot down next to the right foot. And then step both feet back to your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. One more breath. And bring your knees down to the mat and sit back towards your heels into child's pose. Yay. And here, please rest your head on something, your forehead on something. If you would like to release your wrists, bring your arms beside your body, palms facing up, so that your hands are resting right beside your feet. And then just make gentle circles with the wrists in both directions. And open and close fists very gently. And then pause for a couple of breaths in your resting child pose. And then please slowly push yourself upright. Come onto your backs and grab a block. Bend the knees and lift your hips. Put the block underneath your sacrum and either stay here with your feet on the mat in a supported bridge pose, which is very delicious in itself, or allow your legs to float up into your waterfall pose. And whatever version you take, and just enjoy your breath for a few moments. Listen to your breath. Listen to it talking to you. So hum, so hum. Okay, slowly lower your legs if they're in the air. Lift your hips and remove the block. And we're going to do one last spinal twist. I'm going to give you some options here. Bring your arms in a T with bent knees, and then shift your hips and move them slightly to the right. Now, you can just bring both knees over to the left. They don't have to come all the way down. So that's your basic spinal twist. If you would like to take this a little further, take your right leg and bring it over to the left side of your body, and then grab your right foot or ankle with your left hand as you twist. Now, if you want to take this even further, take your right hand and grab your left ankle behind you and bring that foot in toward your bottom. Whatever you're doing, you want to try to keep your shoulder open. And then just relax. And whatever version you're doing, release if you're holding on to any body part right now. And then bring your knees back up to center. Shift your hips back to center. Arms stay in a T, push into your feet, shift your hips to the left slightly as you roll onto your right hip. And again, just stay here or kick your left leg in front of you, grab it with your right hand. And final option is to bend your lower leg and grab your lower foot with the opposite hand. So you're sort of twisted up like a pretzel here. One more deep, slow breath. And if you're holding on to a body part, release. Bring the knees back to center. Shift your hips back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. And then please prepare for your favorite Shavasana, extending your legs long as you relax your body. Focus on your breath. Slow down your breathing. Focus on your psoas, that deep, deep muscle, that deep loin muscle, tenderloin of your body. Relax it completely as you soften your belly, soften your hips, soften your chest and your shoulders. Release all the tension in your neck and your jaw. Relax your facial features. Focus on your breath. And maybe focus on hearing your breath whisper to you, so hum. I am. Hum. So your soul. Enjoy a few moments of inner bliss and solitude. Please bring your awareness to your breath and slowly deepen your breathing as you make small movements to wake up your body. Please slowly bend your knees and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And in doing so, you're sealing off the hot masculine side of your body, which is bright, fiery. And you're exposing the cool feminine side of your body, which is dark and calm. And that calmness will carry you for the rest of your day. Please very slowly, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated. And then I shall do the closing chant if you'd like to join me. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Knuckles to my forehead honors God. Knuckles to my chin honors you. Knuckles to my heart honors myself. Namaste. and Jai yogis. Jai Louisa, Jai Gabriel, Jai David.